Hello, everybody. We are recording. Um, so, Christine, myself, and Steve decided that we would do a little bit of a socialization session, going back in time a little bit, so that we can properly uh, interact with our characters before the large expedition that was taking place on the 12th and 13th. We bring ourselves into the tavern where Christine's character, Serena, there we go, is currently drinking alone, like a loner. And in walks Boris, talking with Arik. His head is tilted to the side, and he's looking down at him, gazing through his skull. And he is interested, I suppose. His arms are crossed. He seems curious, at the least, questioning Arik about his religious beliefs. So, Boris says to Arik as he walks in, I don't understand this maker. Why does he is like God? Why do you believe in him?
Well, religion's complicated. What do your people believe began it all?
I don't follow my people's religion. They are. And he grits his teeth and he says, they are very strict about their religious beliefs. I don't follow it. However, what I believe in is real, tangible. It exists, or at least it did.
Well, to speak in terms that you would probably prefer, I believe I know the Watcher exists and the Maker. We're all here, and that's almost enough for a belief for me. But many cultures believe different things. But we have the holy words and the great wisdoms that have been passed along that, well, work magic.
At this point, Boris and Arik have both reached the bar stand and have both seated themselves nearby to Serena. Boris, of course, orders an ale, and he continues the conversation by saying, well, here's what I've so far been able to understand about this sort of thing. You believe in what you believe in a form of, in the desire for hope. Whereas what I believe in is because of the power wields.
And that Arik kind of shrugs. There could be some that say that they would follow my path because of pure power and where that could lead. So then shrug. We're in a tavern, right? Finish a glass of whatever it was I was drinking. Take the glass and drop it to the ground. Watch it break. Then mumble a quick prayer.
The bartender looks at you, disgruntled, and says, could you please not break our glasses? We have to order those.
He winks his eye and wave his hand over top it and mumbles a brief prayer in an odd language, and the glass mends itself. Picks it up and puts it back on the table.
Are you guys at my table?
Yes, we're at the bar stand, the, long table where they serve alcohol and the stools.
So I look when he does that. Wow. I guess your god isn't very busy if he's going to
Oh, no.
perform such trivial tasks for you.
That's a layperson's belief. The idea that the god would follow individual spells and individuals all the time, I believe is Well, it's just I don't believe it's true. I'm not sure exactly how it works.
Yeah, because it's not.
Boris at this point will obnoxiously reach his arm past Arik and kind of lean forward towards Christine and say, "Hello, I am Boris. It is good to meet you. I
Serena.
don't believe we've met before."
Likewise.
Oh, I don't believe we have. Are you new here?
I recently transferred here.
Mm-hmm.
I've been serving for about 4 years now.
Then I guess I'm newer than you. I just finished my first mission.
I have yet to take my vows.
And you are?
Arik,
I'm Serena.
my lady.
I'm not a noble.
I think he's just being polite.
Who simply stands.
Yeah, that isn't necessary. We are all in equal standing here.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And peers deserve respect.
Unless they're weak.
And they're not peers.
Yeah, I prefer you use my name. I have
Serena.
yet to gain any titles
Then,
besides the ones that I already possess.
then please, I'm Arik. Then just call me Arik.
You can call me Serena. Or if you insist on formalities, you can call me Miss Strickland. Up to you.
Stricky. He just says Stricky and then slowly sips his alcohol.
Yeah,
Stricky.
I'm like, the glass is like half up to my mouth when you say that. I come down and just kind of slide away from the table in case there's going to be a fight happening right in front of me. Oh, just leaning
I'd
back a
rather
little bit.
not.
He just kind of. There's
So how would I call you, Mr. Horny?
Those are scales. They're not really horns.
actually
That's a
they are
mask.
horns. What do you mean?
And what's with the cow mask on your head?
All right. First off, it's not a cow. It's
Whatever.
a bear skull. All right, and it was my last kill
Yes,
before
it's
leaving
not
the forest.
Tricky. It's Serena. Unless you want to be called Cowhead. Are we clear?
That's a big animal. Whew. They would come down in the valley about the same where the monastery was.
You
I can get
monk?
plenty. Sorry?
Are you a monk?
Technically, I'm a priest, cleric, but I've been trained in unarmed combat, yes.
Oh,
But I'm not one of the monthly orders. And
priest. Mm. Well, I guess we have need for healers.
he smiles.
How much
let's
healing
hope
can
not.
you do, priest?
I'm not sure how to answer that.
Well, we could put it to a test
Character.
if you want.
If there was a hole in my stomach from one side to the other, could you heal it?
I actually, yes, and I could heal even if you had the green had sit in. Is that how we would say it? I can cure the green, which is a little bit slightly advanced spell, and I can also purify all poisons, as long and minor healings and some spells of faith and shielding and strength as well.
You can
Yes.
cleanse poisons.
Yes.
Does that mean that you can make beer not beer?
Probably he could cure your hangover, not make your beer not.
Actually, with that, I kind of out of character. I do not know. In character, I say the same thing, And you look at him and go, I don't know.
Hmm.
But I bet he can cleanse your body from it.
That'd be funny.
That's not what these spells have normally been. I have to say, these aren't magic spells like arcanists use, where you just memorize them and say them. You have to believe in them, and there's a little bit of learning involved. But honestly, that's never caught up. And I look a little curious and look at someone's beard.
I don't think there is any difference, honestly. I think it's what you make it.
Okay.
I
Okay. I look at it and go, okay. I'll prove you wrong, and I touch Boris on the shoulder and whisper, the Maker watch him, the Maker strengthen him, and take my hand off. How do you feel, Boris? Boris has got a +4 strength.
Boris kind of cringes and he goes, I don't like that.
This doesn't mean...
I don't believe in your god. I don't want
This
its
doesn't mean
powers.
that the Maker gave him strength. It was the spell that gave him strength. You just channel it however you want to channel it. And however you want to call it.
With that, I shrug and like, well, we will need an arcanist to explain it more than that. I've never actually studied trying to learn arcane magics. So I've only heard it from my side.
Oh, so if the Templars were to catch you, they wouldn't take you to the circle.
Nope.
Are you sure?
Arcane are permitted. At the same time, keep in mind if I were to start doing things that were considered unholy, my spells would stop working.
I'll be honest, I've always known how to use. And he kind of squints and he wrinkles his nose and he goes, I've always known how to use magic. He kind of grits his teeth as he says it. And he says, I don't exactly know why or how, but it just kind of shows up.
An archnatural. Or, what's the other word in the 10 sorcerers. Sometimes they say magic just comes, like poetry comes to an artist. Completely different than those who have to learn their magics. You must have that kind of blood.
Well, an artist to write poetry will still need to learn how to write and read.
I don't know about that. I just kind of point my finger at stuff and it does stuff when I think of it.
All right. What can you do? And no, don't point your finger at me. I would prefer an inanimate object. Or the priest. You can play with a priest. That would be funny.
Well, I do say my spell for repairing things has been exhausted, I'm afraid. So I don't believe the bartender would like us breaking anything if you have offensive spells. But it would be nice to know what one could do if there's combat.
Right.
Maybe Serena, maybe you would like to go first. He looks you up and down. Light armor.
First with what?
Well, about to say, he just looks you up and down and says, you wear light armor. Are your only weapons those daggers?
Perhaps.
All right. I got something. And he puts his hand on Arik's shoulder and he says, do you resist?
Nope.
All right. I cast Reduce Person on you and you shrink.
Ah!
To one size category so smaller.
Hey! Dude!
All right. I like that.
That's actually kind of handy. Can you...
Okay. I can see a few uses for you.
I duck down and look underneath the chair. Jesus, this is neat. Oh wow, Lint looks huge.
Is he playing with his belly button, Lint?
No, like underneath the tables and stuff. I kind of like lean down where the chairs are because it's easy to.
He's kind of tilting his head, and he's like, "That's gross."
Like, how small is he at the moment?
He's only one size category smaller. I didn't make you like
I don't know what size category means.
I didn't make you a bug. You're like a gnome or like a halfling.
Yeah. Gnome and halfling size, yeah.
Like a child, probably.
Probably gnome. Yeah, so yeah, human like 12 or 10 or something. Okay, how long does this last? Can you flip it off?
We're having so much fun.
He blinks and he goes, "I've never had to turn it off."
Good point.
It will wear off. Don't worry.
Do you have the opposite? I imagine the opposite would be better. And okay, screw this.
You could break the roof.
I remember one more cute incantation and cast Dispel Magic over myself. And regrow. No.
Well, that was fun. Usually, how long does this effect last?
He kind of...
A couple minutes of it.
he looks at his wrist as if he's looking at like a watch.
Yeah, a watch.
But then he's not wearing a watch, and he goes about maybe just fucking half a day. No, I'm not sure. I've never actually tested that before. Usually, anything I reduce is usually dead by the time that I finish.
You don't know if it's consistent or not.
No, actually. I've never had to test that before.
I need you to experiment. I could use your skills.
I see. Hey, you want to do something fun?
Depends on what you consider fun.
You're nimble, correct?
You could say so.
Alright. He touches you with one of his clawed fingers, and he goes, "Do you resist?"
Depends on what it is I'm consenting to.
It's not hostile.
That's awfully vague.
I shake my head.
It won't hurt you.
And you can't say
it won't hurt you, and it won't make you bigger or smaller.
Trying to resist.
Fine.
All right. He casts a spell, and he goes, "All right, run at that wall."
An eyebrow goes up.
What exactly kind of running does that require?
Run like you're going to run up the wall.
Well, I probably can't do that without the spell.
Just do it.
Okay. And?
You have spider climb. You climb up the wall without issue. You're basically just standing on the wall.
Handy.
Yeah, that could come in handy. Can I walk on the ceiling?
Yes.
Well, I'll go and walk on the ceiling, and I'll be upside down.
Okay, that is cool.
I just don't know how to drink beer from here.
Carefully.
And she will come back down because there's still beer in the mug.
Okay, I want to show off a little bit too.
Oh, great.
Same thing. Well, crap. I'm not sure how to test this. This is a little difficult. A little weird.
Well, now it's just a big old...
Yeah, touch Boris. Here you go, buddy. Walk over and get a torch or by the fireplace or something and get a fire. Get a candle, something.
This isn't going to burn the place down, right?
Just as long as you don't jump around or nothing. And
he kind of hesitantly goes over to one of the walls and grabs one of the wall sconce torches, and he holds it. And
I'll walk over and grab it. Just hold your arm out.
He puts his arm out.
You're fine. Just barely tap him with 1 point of fire damage, which he will resist. Pretty neat, huh? Pretty basic. A little bit of fire resistance.
I
Pretty basic.
suppose.
Yeah,
Can I swim in magma?
oh, no. But hold on. Do myself. And hold my hand out. Lightly punch my hand.
He punches your hand full force.
Okay, ow, that hurt. But a little bit of smoke comes off. He has fire shield on.
Okay, out of character question. What do you have in your pockets? Do you have coin purses or something like that?
He literally has nothing.
Yeah, about to say.
My character isn't even wearing pants.
Well, I could undo your sash.
Gotcha.
And what does Arik
But
have
why?
on him?
But why would you? Please don't.
What does Arik have on him?
Once again, I haven't got much either. But I'm sure there's like a little belt pouch, like a couple coins. You could probably try to grab off him.
A couple bronze.
His holy symbol. He's always got his holy symbol on.
Yeah, I'm going to.
That would be hard.
Do I need to go in stealth mode before I do that, or I can just?
No.
I won't.
Okay.
You just sleight of hand it.
Okay. Well, your coin purse.
If you don't want to roll, what's your average?
What do you mean? What's my average?
What's your like if you rolled a 10?
What do you mean if I rolled a 10? I didn't roll a 10.
Okay.
My score is 28.
So confident. You have a what?
She rolls sleight of hand.
And I rolled 28.
Right.
Okay.
And then
you have to roll.
You explain to me like I'm a child. I get it. What I was just suggesting, what's your number plus 10? What's my number plus 10 and not roll it? Because I'm still betting hers is like 8 higher than mine.
Well, I think you have to
not
roll
dumb.
perception.
Okay. If you want to, I was just suggesting using just go with 10s.
What do you mean go with 10s?
Take 10 on everything.
I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean?
Yeah, instead of rolling dice,
to take 10 is like a faster way of rolling dice in like a side situation instead of having to actually roll the dice.
No, why would I do that?
I don't know.
Because it comes up as an average on everything, and I mean everyone's running out of averages.
No, I'm not going to run on averages. I'm going to run on my actual skill.
All right, Steve, roll dice.
Hold on. It is running on your actual skill instead of the dice roll range.
Steve, don't argue in the recording.
You're right.
Dude, I don't understand the system. I prefer the rolls that I understand how it works. I'm not going to learn a new system.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing some technical difficulties as our two co-stars experience some sort of drama between each other.
She gets me by 10, so I think she easily gets me, and I don't see her, and she can bet by doing it by 10, she could probably gloat about it or something.
Yeah, I'll just toss it in the air and start playing with it.
It'd be like, I don't even notice for a few seconds. Be like, huh? Okay. And my assumption is maybe she's going to buy us drinks. 3 seconds after that, it's like, that's my coin purse. Hey.
Why does a priest need money anyways? Don't you guys just take donations?
So she's going to toss it in the air and let you catch it. And then I'm going to roll because I'm going to undo your sash.
Aw.
His sash? Okay.
No, your sash. Boris'
No.
sash. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Are you going to rage if I do it?
Roll 1, please.
22.
Hang on. Oh.
Didn't beat you by 10.
No, she didn't.
But she did beat you.
Yes.
And she beat you by 5.
Yeah.
And probably your sash is falling.
I bet, yeah.
And probably Arik now is
Hey, never seen one of
googling
those
his
before.
eyes because he's looking at Qunari cock.
Huh, it's got a horn on it.
No,
Boris
my God.
Boris
Out of character.
crosses his arms and looks over at Serena. He does not seem at all ashamed by this or embarrassed, and he simply stares at her directly in the eyes, and he goes, "Is there something that you wanted to see?" And then he slowly pulls his sash back up and ties it.
No, I just wanted to show you what I can do. Only you
Oh.
showing off.
Now
Well,
we
I
saw what
guess
we
you
can
still
do.
showed off, but that was my doing this time.
I slap the table and say, looks like we've all showed off a little bit more than we should have. Barkeep, give us one more. Tell us about your mission, Miss Serena. What'd you just do? I'm going to sign up for this outfit.
Since when do priests get drunk?
Are you serious? The Chateau Monastery in El Boris is known for the best wine in the continent.
Don't they sell it to other people? I didn't realize that they drank it themselves.
Oh yes. Oh no, they make it and drink it.
I say. Strange people you have.
There's many different cults of the maker, and sometimes
Well,
they don't all agree.
Monks need something to do instead of wasting time praying all day, right?
Monasteries are weird. Once again, I learned unarmed style of fighting, but I do not belong to one. I've never belonged to one of the monasteries that study the monistic arts. It's a completely different thing, y'all. It's very wild, very spiritual, very deep. I just took it.
Yes, it sounds absolutely riveting.
Weird stuff like break boards with their pinkies.
It sounds extremely. What's a polite word for boring?
It seemed, yeah. Well, I mean, I can't say much. My life's been kind of boring up until probably now.
Sometimes that's a good thing. I wish I could say the same.
So, Serena, what brought you here? What is your story?
I am a Grey Warden.
Before that?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, that is precisely why I asked.
Nod.
Well,
Like it makes the most sense in the world.
story for some other time, perhaps. I can tell you why I'm here. It's because there is no blight at the moment. So
I know, it's so boring.
we have to have something to do.
Well, if you're that bored, you could always just go to Orzammar and fight them there.
It's not my time yet, although I have been in the Dark Roads before.
Arik stays quiet and looks down into his drink. Does not look happy.
What's wrong
Why?
with the priest?
I don't know, maybe God made him sad. Did God make you sad?
Well, in the middle of one of my day prayers, about to say, something appeared in my head and told me to be here at this time. I'm hoping it was an hallucination or something.
I had someone show up and say that to me. And there was a bunch of, I don't know, soldiers.
I'd still probably have to listen to them just as well.
Are you sure it was a hallucination and not some demon?
Nope. Not sure at all, ma'am.
Well,
maybe it was a Fade spirit.
Maybe you have to find out.
Let's hope not.
I suppose so. You might have to end up killing it after all. If it was something bad, or it might kill you. So Better not to know.
I'm not a big fan of killing, if I can get away with it.
Oh boy, we've got a
Well,
pansy.
you have to get used to it then, because it's kind of a requirement.
See this bear on my head? I crushed its windpipe with my hand.
Why would you do that to a perfectly good bear?
I was hungry. And it was in my territory.
That's actually slightly better than what I thought I was going to hear.
I can't have other predators hunting in my territory, so I eliminated it, as I did most others.
Well, I'm not much into killing animals.
Animals are food. It depends why you kill. Do you kill for sport, or do you kill because you have to? Because it's a necessity.
It's my profession.
So do you kill because you have to? Or because you want to?
Perhaps a bit of both.
Do you enjoy it? The moment of killing?
Depends on who is at the end of my blade. If it's Darkspawn, yeah. If it's people, that's a lot more complicated.
Hmm. Could
Don't
you
get me
kill someone
wrong.
you didn't want to?
Sometimes you don't choose.
I
Hmm.
You have to
All of
remember
this.
that sometimes bad deeds are for good reasons and with good intentions.
Hmm. Very well. Well, these questions are making my brain hurt. I believe I'm going to head off to my cot. And he
Hmm.
slowly stands up.
I thought that
Hmm.
Qunari had higher constitution than the rest of us. Yet you're on the second drink and you're already going to call it a night?
He squints at her. Are you challenging me?
oh dear.
I'm only questioning. I'm not challenging you. Clearly, we don't have the same body size, so clearly I cannot withstand the same amount of alcohol that you can. And I'm not willing to risk losing all my control and turning into jelly because, unlike some other people around here, I choose to be professional about things.
Oh, what fucking perfect person you are, huh? Getting to be all strict
Far
and
from it.
you sort of kind of he's biting his cheek on one side of his mouth and he slowly sits back down and drinks more and he says, all right, fine, I'll stay a little bit longer
I
since you
mean,
just seem so lonely sitting here drinking alone, right?
believe me, it was by choice.
Uh-huh.
If I want company, I can find company. But the truth is, I I am quite new here, and there aren't that many Grey Wardens, so there aren't many people I know.
I didn't realize every Grey Warden knows each other.
No, we don't all know each other, but the ones that do, we're like a family, pretty much.
Hmm,
We fight and die together.
I see. You know, I respect the things that Grey Wardens do. However, I don't think I could see myself being one.
It isn't for everyone.
I can kill Darkspawn just fine on my own, without the need of Grey Warden power.
Can you sense them? Can you know when they're coming? Can you know where another blight will hit?
No, but if I stand around enough near a location, eventually something will happen.
Yes, and probably it will have happened in other locations before that.
Not to mention, all I have to do is stand around you guys, apparently, and, well, shit just seems to happen, doesn't it?
Not exactly. We don't. Shit doesn't happen around Grey Wardens. More like Grey Wardens are seeking out the shit.
Yeah, exactly. If I just follow you around, eventually I'll find something to beat.
Mm. Yes, but you will be susceptible to succumbing to the blight, unlike us.
I'm not drinking their blood.
You don't need to drink their blood.
You.
Many people have succumbed to the blight by being in contact. Grey Wardens don't, because we're immune.
So it's like an infection.
Ultimately, yes, it is what kills us in the end. It is what. But
I
not
see.
before we have fulfilled our roles.
Hmm.
To be fair, you might think that Grey Wardens have short lifespans, but I think all soldiers do.
Mm-hmm.
Some die on their first day. Doesn't
Everyone
matter.
has a time.
Well, yes. It's the difference is that we know when our time is coming.
I hope my time comes with me, I don't know, slaying something gigantic, like a dragon.
Well, I know where my time will be.
It's not hope, dragon.
At least I hope that it will be in the dark roads. In the deep roads, sorry.
Boris kind of puts his elbow on the table and he, smushes his hand into his cheek and he leans his head to the side and he goes, "Do you think dragons do dragons lay eggs?"
I would assume so. Why do you ask?
I'm always curious about them. I like them. They're interesting.
Well, I'd like to kill one.
I'd like to talk to one.
I wish you luck. And she will take a swig at the beer.
He's going to put. He's going to put like 3 silver on the counter, and then he's going to grab a. He's going to lean over the counter past the bartender, and he's going to grab one of the liquor bottles, and he's just going to start. He's going to chug a bottle of whiskey, put it back down on the counter, and then stand up and go, "All right, I think I drank enough. Is that good enough for you? I'm going to bed."
Crappers.
Well, if our company bothers you so much, have a nice night.
Oh, please. Your company doesn't bother me. If it bothered me, well, unpleasant things would happen.
Okay. I want to try and undo his sash again while he's leaving. Just for fun.
If you want, go ahead.
22 again.
Hmm.
Well, now he's also inebriated, so.
Fucking same roll.
I'll just pretend I'm just drinking the beer. Didn't even move. Arik, you also roll perception, see if you noticed.
So his sash drops to the ground, and of course he notices because
Oh yeah, it's hard not to.
it's the only thing he's wearing. Of course he notices.
No, I mean if you notice me doing it, not if
It
you notice
suddenly
this.
gets a lot more drafty.
This is some kind of obsession with you.
He turns around, and you can see one of his eyes twitching. And he's clearly annoyed, and he's got this half of his lip is curled up into a smile. And
I
he
apologize.
says,
This is not normal human behavior.
"Oh, I see. All right. Well, she's just so..." And he walks over, ignoring his sash, stepping over to her, with no clothes on now, because she asked for this. And he just pulls her into a big ol' hug. Come here. Big ol' naked Qunari hug.
Fuck.
And he pats her on the shoulder, and he goes, "Boy, you're just so lonely." And then he gets up and he walks back and he puts on his sash and he goes and leaves the bar.
Okay, that backfired.
Fuck you.
Leadership. That's what I needed to see.
Is that what you call it?
Bartender, one more for me as well. And then I will be, I'll have to adjourn for the night as well. I have studied.
And as everything winds down, I believe that is when we will call it on the recording. Serena, Christine.
Thank listeners. Thank you all.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to our bullshit.
Yep. We're sorry about
Bye.